Hey guys, it's the Diecast Man here bringing you another review. Today it's on this beautiful 1/18 scale Maisto Carrera GT. I got this car at BJ's and I paid whatever it is, the $14.99 or the $13.99 price. I can never remember what it is, but I will leave a link in the description, as always, to where you guys can buy this awesome model. So one thing I want to say right off the bat about this Carrera GT is I've had this car forever. It was actually one of my first models, and I had it before I actually got super serious about collecting. So it has quite a few scratches and stuff because I didn't really take care of them because A, I was younger, and B, I wasn't too serious about collecting. But I'm going to do a review on it anyway, so just mind the scratches. There are some scratches and nicks and whatnot, but shouldn't really disrupt the video otherwise. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's get started. So taking a look at the front of the Carrera GT. We'll look at the headlights. Pretty good detail. You sort of have like a little metallic-y backing thing going on here. Once again, you can see that wear on the headlights. It's just one of the many flaws and things that I've done and happened to this over time. But yeah, I mean, just, you know, sort of a little clear plastic bezel. Not too bad. An embossed Porsche badge on the front as well, and there's one of the nicks I was talking about. I took the front license plate off. I don't really know why I did, and I could never find it, but I took it off. I don't really know why I did that. And then just down here in the air intakes, just sort of a little splitter and just some mesh and whatnot. Not real mesh, of course. Side profile, Carrera GT, awesome. Definitely awesome. I want to get a Mini Champs 918 at some point, but I just don't know when. But I know it would look really nice next to the Carrera GT because I love Porsches and I love the Carrera GT so much. So taking a look at the wheels, the calipers and the discs are just there, and the wheel just spins around them. So there's no nothing spins through anything. So nothing too special there. Just a little turn signal indicator over here by the door. Mirrors look pretty good overall. And there's only one windshield wiper, just like on the real Carrera GT. And if I'm not mistaken, this piece down here is plastic. This whole little piece down here is plastic. Yeah, it is plastic, so I just wanted to point that out. But it is nice that they included sort of a little, whatever you want to call it, deflector or whatever. Just a nice little black plastic piece there. It does look really good. Moving on to the back of this, you would think that the spoiler, because the spoiler kind of moves a little bit, but you would think it moves, but it doesn't move, which I always kind of thought was a little bit weird. But tail lights, I mean, just your typical red plastic. As soon as my camera focuses a little bit better, just your typical red plastic there with just like that little pattern in there to show where the LEDs would be. And then moving to the center here, it's Carrera GT. And then the little brake light sticker there on the spoiler, and I'm not really sure what this little thing is down here. You guys will have to let me know. I'm not really sure what that is. And then the whole carbon fiber diffuser piece down here, SGT 2003, and the huge exhaust ports, and then the lights down there. Everything does look really pretty good though. And they definitely did a really nice job on the whole engine bay cover here. It's that plastic with that mesh pattern to kind of that's kind of resembles the mesh in sort of a way. It kind of mocks the mesh, if you will. But it definitely, it looks pretty well. Looks pretty good, and, you know, just some more intakes there. It looks like something might have been there at one point. I'm pretty sure there wasn't, but, you know, there's no telling since of all the wear and time I've had on this car. Before we go on to the interiors and whatnot, I do want to say, too, it's a good thing that they paid attention, because you see in the center lock crest here, it's red and red. Just like on the real Carrera GT, it's blue and blue on this side. Just something that, if you never realized, it's just a pretty cool little fact about the Carrera GT. So, we do have the trunk, if you will, open, and then the doors, and then the engine bay. There we go. So the trunk, I've never seen the trunk of a Carrera GT in person, so I don't really know too much about it, but there's not a lot to see here. It's just sort of a weird white pattern, and then like a little box here and a couple of other little switches, so not too much to see there. For an older gen Maisto, the engine detail in here is really strong. The huge Porsche engine, I think it's a V10, and then the springs don't do anything. They don't like move the suspension like they do on some higher end models, and just a lot of, you know, fake carbon fiber and whatnot, and more turbochargers and everything, all that good stuff. And But nothing, everything is solid too. Nothing really moves, and this says Porsche there on the engine. But yeah, I mean, really good engine detail, and you can even see those two big engine blocks there, if you will, which look really awesome. And then back here, it's cool that they put the word that they have Porsche right there. You can see that it's just kind of like a little, I guess it's like acts as a little wind deflector. So the nice thing about the Carrera GT being a convertible is I struggle with interior shots. You guys know that if you've watched a lot of my videos. But I can get a really nice interior shot of this since it's a convertible. So that's definitely a really nice benefit. So yeah, the door sills, they look pretty good. I mean, not a whole ton of detail. It does say Carrera GT on the door sills. And then you can see the shifter there in the center. Then I believe it's a 6-speed. The whole center console, all the buttons are colored in. You can see to circulate the air in the cabin, the power windows button, the I think that's an air conditioning button on the bottom, and the defroster. Everything looks actually pretty good. The steering wheel, since it is an older Porsche, you know, it's not like the newer style steering wheels that look super nice, like a multifunction and a Turbo S or something. And then you can see all the pedals down there for the clutch and the gas and the brake. And then you even have like a little, it's an aluminum kick plate in real life. That little piece down there. Excuse me. So they did a nice job on that. And the seats are just your typical racing seat design of Maisto, if you're familiar with that. Which is not necessarily a bad thing in my opinion. So yeah, I mean the interior looks really good otherwise. There is working suspension front and rear. The rear is a lot heavier suspension, if you will, than the back. But it does have working suspension indeed. And really nothing to see at all on the bottom. Yeah, there's like nothing. It's just Porsche Carrera GT scale 118 Maisto. So yeah, I believe that, I'm not exactly sure of all the different colors that you can get this Carrera GT in, but red is definitely the best. The Guards red is that classic Porsche color, which looks awesome. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description, as always, to where you guys can buy this model. And yeah, that pretty much does it for this 1/18 scale Maisto Carrera GT review. Thanks for watching. It's the Diecast Man, signing off.